Hello, this is Brian here, and today I'm going to talk about a band that I didn't mention in my favorite musical acts. That band could easily probably be in my top 10. Maybe take one of those bands out, but yeah, I've been remiss because I didn't even mention them in my honorable mentions, but that band without hesitation is XTC. XTC, those letters. So, but if you think about it, that those letters together are ecstasy, like the emotion, maybe euphoria kind of thing, maybe bliss, or the drug from the 90s maybe as well. Don't know too much about that. But the band is XTC, and they are wonderful. They're a great band from the late 70s and the 80s and the 90s a bit, and the 2000s even, but they kind of ended after that with sporadic offerings, collections of their older work, or the rare new track. XTC, so it's like the band in excess. Their letters together make in excess like too much. So ecstasy is kind of like that in band name. And like I said, I feel like that's a huge oversight that I didn't even mention them. But here's their first album, White Music. Was it released 77, 78, something like that? And it's the cover is pretty funny. Harkens to A Clockwork Orange, does it not? Looks like the Droogies themselves. And they are an English band as well. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but it kind of seems like it when you listen to this album. It's a very post-punk album, energetic. Here's another album with the later lineup before the drummer left. I just gotta get all the members in here, the official members. And they're a great band because of the I guess enthusiasm and just excitement of Andy Partridge, one of the songwriter who contributes the most and sings the most. But there's always been the secondary songwriter, Colin Molding, as well, who plays the bass and is very beloved as a bass player, and his songs are great too, often. But I mean, everybody has their low moments, but in general, it's a great band. So I don't know, like I said, Andy Partridge is just really enthusiastic, and it's funny if you listen to him talk today in interviews and stuff, he's still that same guy. He just has that enthusiasm and idealism, I'd say, as well. Maybe a little too idealistic for my taste, but I love his melodies and his enthusiasm, and God bless the guy. Even though he may not believe in that God. That's tough to say. He might. It's tough to say. And Colin Molding I like a lot because he's more of a normal guy, and he really shows us in a couple of his later songs that I want to mention, and I just really love it. One of the songs is One of the Millions from Oranges and Lemons, and another song is My Bird Performs, which just talks about enjoying the simple pleasures of life and not going into books and all that. Not Shakespeare leaves him cold, he just doesn't get it, but I'm okay with my performing bird and my craft and arts. So it's just a really inspiring thing that I look up to a lot. And Andy Partridge is amazing as well, and so I just wanted to mention that is one of my favorite English bands and bands of all time for sure. There's just something about when I first got into them that just really spoke to me. I just had to hear all their albums, and I was really curious, and I still go back, and there's a lot of Beatles love and a lot of melody, and it's just going really far, and some authenticity and that sort of thing. And just the love of the 60s pop aesthetic, and they're a little twee, I guess, and I have always liked that in English, so kind of a la Kinks and that kind of thing. That's something a lot of people may not like or be turned off by, but it's a thing that turns me on more, honestly. It makes me love the band even more. Their most famous album is probably Skylarking, produced by Todd Rundgren, and that's an infamous thing in itself, and it's just a really cool set of songs that weaves together in a very atmospheric way. And XTC is definitely, they could supplant maybe REM or Superchunk on my list. So they're definitely my top 10, and I feel bad that I didn't even mention them. And that's all I got for now, and take care.